Are they still America's team?
Yes, and really what this shows more than anything is that once upon a time, Tex Schramm, like a real snake oil salesman, hoodwinked this country into thinking they're America's team. He came up with this idea, we're going to be America's team. And people bought it. It's unbelievable. They're not in the biggest market, or even one of the biggest markets, really, when you think of the size of the Dallas market compared to others. They haven't been the most successful in terms of Super Bowl wins or championships, anything like that. They haven't been great in a really long time, but because once upon a time, a brilliant PR guy, essentially, came up with an ingenious marketing ploy and people bought into it, they are, in fact, by the numbers, amazingly, America's team. Shouldn't be that way, Stephen A., but it is. And when they're actually good and have actually really good players, look out. I mean, and that's what they are right now.
Well, you could say that. I mean, listen, here's the bottom line. I mean, Tex Schramm got him on television, and he was willing to allow them to play on Thanksgiving. It was something he pushed for, obviously. They were nationally televised on Thanksgiving. You know what Thanksgiving means in this country, so that has a lot to do with it. We get all of that. But the other thing about it is that, see, this is the beauty of it as well. You know, we don't want to associate our nation with mediocrity. And we understand that when you call yourself America's team, but you've been devoid of a championship for the last 22 years and counting, well, then that doesn't bode well. But I have turned a new leaf.
Really?
I have learned to not have a problem with this. I have seen
Breaking
the
news.
errors of my ways,
Okay.
and I am not going to fight this any longer. And I'm going to tell you why.
There's an
because
agenda.
Because you see, when you're the Dallas Cowboys, right? Particularly in the modern day era where every individual is trying to be their own brand, because obviously it's something that can be monetized and it gives you an opportunity to fatten your wallets, which is the American way with some of them, if not all of these athletes. The more shine you get as an individual, the more fragmented you become as a team. And so what happens is that if you've got the number one, the number two, and number four, all three, your number one, two, or four in jersey sales, and ultimately your popularity has been acknowledged and recognized, and everybody's talking about it, what incentivizes you to come together as one and truly be champions? The answer in most situations, at least evidenced by the Dallas Cowboys, is pretty much nothing. So as a result, they'll always win the headlines. They'll win paraphernalia sales and the like. Jerry Jones, the snake oil salesman that he is, he'll be an individual that will make his money, and he'll do all of those things. But in the end, when it counts, and it's time to host that Lombardi Trophy and to say, hey, look at us, we're champions, as confetti comes raining down upon you, it will not be those in a Dallas Cowboy uniform. And that's all I care about. I hope Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott continue to shine and play well and make money, and they can win games during the regular season and tease everybody, as long as in the end they end up falling short. Stephen A. has no problem. I have no problem, baby. I have no problem at all.
Here's the problem,
so long as they
Stephen
don't
A.
win.